AM 970 WSTX.
All right, and we're back. Reflections, WSTX. All right, yeah, man, you back for more punishment listening to Doug. Actually, well, I'm going to give you a break, okay? Because I got some serious people who have a very serious mission in our community, and we're going to be talking with the YAG Foundation, Yvonne Ashley Galiber Foundation, and their mission in our community. But you know what, folks? You know Doug always giving what thing here. I tried to give away myself, but nobody wants me. Okay? But we've got the Mammothon dance coming up on May 14th, and I have got a ticket here for some lucky person, all right? So that means some lucky person won't have to pay that $30 that they would have to pay if they bought it in advance, and they definitely wouldn't be stuck with paying $40 at the door.
Correct.
All right? And even better, it gives them an opportunity, if they have already bought their ticket, to definitely go to that significant other, that friend, that very special someone that you might want to send a message to, or you just wanted to come along and have a great time, and say, hey, I got a ticket for you. You're a nice person. You've been around all the time, to the good, bad, up and down, and say, hey, have a good one, and give them a ticket, right? Okay, so with no further ado, ladies, I'm going to turn it over to you. Introductions, step by step. I'm here ready to pay attention like a good student. Having a review.
Well, good morning, Doug, and thank you as always for having us on your show. You know, something just crossed my mind. These tickets would be great Mother's Day gifts. I heard you pushing Mother's Day earlier today, so think about it.
Forget Mother's Day at your peril.
Well, thank you again for having us. This morning, we are here, the YAG Foundation, the Yvonne Ashley Galiber Breast Cancer Awareness Foundation, to talk a little bit about breast cancer, and also to definitely invite the community to our fundraiser on May 14th, the second annual Dance Mammothon, which will be loads of fun and also raise funds for mammograms for those who cannot afford them. With me this morning is Yvonne Ashley Galiber, and she is the president and founder of the foundation. Leslye Webb Keith, who is the event chairperson for the Dance Mammothon, and Sarah Mahurt, who is our social media keep it together person, and definitely one of our soldiers, dependable soldiers, as we all try to be. So we just wanted to kind of start out with telling those that are listening that breast cancer is a serious problem in our community, and early detection definitely is the way to go in terms of minimizing the risk factors of breast cancer. And so we want to talk a little bit about our experiences, and we'll go with Yvonne, and she could talk a little bit about the foundation and how things got started. Some may have heard this before, and some will be hearing it now for the first time, or with a renewed hearing, because in some way breast cancer may have touched them or someone in their family, as it has us all. This year it is expected that about 246,000 women will get breast cancer in the nation, and about 4,400 men. And 150,000 of them will be are now living with metastatic breast cancer, meaning that it spread to other parts of their body, and that only about 5 to 10% of them have it as a hereditary factor in their genetic makeup. And so just because there was no breast cancer in your family does not mean that in some way you would not be affected now or in the future. So, Yvonne?
Good morning, Doug. Good morning to everyone. My name's Yvonne Ashley Galiber, and I just want to share with you how I detected my breast cancer. You go to your doctor on an annual visit, and normally the doctor will do a self-breast exam. I would follow their maybe a month or so doing the self breast exams. And then I'm like, okay, no biggie. I detected it, even though I went for my annuals. I had something very painful, a nodule under my right arm. I chose to ignore it for at least 3 months. I even switched wearing my pocketbook on my right shoulder to my left shoulder. I even started to lift my arm up like a wing. And, and I'm like, okay, Yvonne, something obviously is going on. So I asked my husband, because I was too scared to touch it, because I pretty much knew it wasn't good. And he said, we have to go see the doctor. Went to the doctor. She felt it, went to get a mammogram, and that's when I was told that it looked like breast cancer, and then it was confirmed with the biopsy. So I like to share with everyone, some people may say breast cancer or any form of cancer is not painful. It is, and mine was very painful. And I went to Sloan Kettering, had a lumpectomy, which is removing the lump from my breast. And then I continued with my infusion, that's getting chemotherapy, and my radiation in Connecticut for 6 months. And my experience was not negative, as some people would think. I actually had a positive experience, and my girlfriends here will have their own stories to share. But it's the type of chemotherapy you're on that everybody will get a different effect. And my effect with my chemotherapy, I knew within 48 hours later I would be very lethargic, a lot of pain. I had a lot of neuropathy, and just would stay in the bed for 2 days, and I had it every 2 weeks, every other Wednesday, and by the time you felt stronger, it was time to go back for your chemotherapy. So how I came about establishing the foundation was I met one particular woman I met, and she didn't have insurance, and she had to come in every day to receive her infusion, and she was very weak. She had no support. Family couldn't come in. Family was too far. She didn't have any friends. They all had to work. She did have friends, but they all had to work. They just couldn't make it to her sessions. And then there was another lady that I was just looking at in the lobby waiting for my infusion, and I saw her husband going back and forth. And it breaks my heart each and every time I discuss this, because if you do have insurance, you think that's your saving grace. But for this particular couple, the insurance she had did not cover breast cancer. And she was there, she was frail, she lost her hair, she had a little boy, she had a walker, and I just took that to heart. And then my friend that I met that had to go to work every day broke my heart. So that's exactly why I chose to help women and men that are medically uninsured with their mammograms, screening and diagnostic mammograms. And that's what we're here to do, raise money, and hopefully once we raise enough money, we could expand our services here in St. Croix.
All right. You know, there's nothing like hearing it firsthand. We can talk about any cause and talk about how we support this, that, and the other, but in this case, I can't walk a mile in your shoes, and with your help, I won't have to. All right? That's the point, is that your experience, just listening to you, it's touching, it's moving, but I think it's resilience in the person alone, just because you're transforming that experience into helping other people. And I want to say, of course, I mean, everybody, I'm sure, congratulates you, commends you, and all this other good stuff, but I don't want it to take for granted. I feel it, so I say it in that sense. And to transform your personal experience into an organization that is working in the community to help other people, that's about putting, things in place to make a solution. one of the things I try to pride this show on, we're not here about woe is me and what the problems are and going around and around and around on the same thing. So here we have a sense of direction, which means that folks, you think everything is all right, but just the other day, all of the folks, the retirees for Hovenza lost their insurance as a result of the bankruptcy. So all of a sudden, folks who thought, well, you know, I got something going for me. And you know what it is like when you don't have insurance, you run around trying to find insurance. What you discover for the most part is that they don't insure single people like that. You got to be part of some organization or whatever. And if you find someone and it's not a scam, it will leave you basically broke by the time it's done. Okay, so what the YAG Foundation is doing in our community is definitely something that's needed, and definitely where community support is definitely needed and welcome. So I want to take it to a lighter note here in the process of your mission, because we have an event coming up. All right.
We have the second annual Dance Mammothon coming up, and I would like to have Miss Sarah Mahurt. My name is Leslye Webb. I'm the chairperson, but I would like to have Miss Sarah Mahurt give you the background and stuff.
All right.
Okay, well, this is our second annual. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. This is our second annual Mammothon. We hope to continue. We had such a great experience last year. Everybody had a good time. And, you know, the point is to help people get mammograms and assessments about breast cancer. So we hope to raise, and right now it's $318 for one mammogram if you don't have insurance for a screening mammogram. So we need to raise a lot of money to help women who don't have insurance. But the dance contest is a lot of fun. You dance for a long time, you get a few little breaks, but there are also special dance like the nae-nae, the wobble, the twist, that you have to show how good you are, and great prizes that the dancers can win that have been donated by very generous folks around the Virgin Islands. So I think we're May 4th, 8 o'clock. We can get tickets at Urban Threads. Yes, you can also win a prize for if you dress the best Prince costume as a way to memorialize him. Right. But we can get tickets at Urban Threads, at One Love Gas Station, at House of Printing, Joya Inspirational Jewelry, at the Courtyard, and also on our website through Eventbrite, through our Facebook page on Eventbrite. So sign up for the contest or buy tickets just to watch.
All right,
or
but
any
you
one
know,
of the committee members will have them.
that's all well and good. But you know what? We got the possibility here of somebody to get a ticket without paying some money. All right. So I need to give the public a question, and I'm just trying to keep it simple. All right, and so I'm going to try and do two things at once. One is to promote the YAG Foundation, and two, this function has been at the same place now for the past 2 years.
Correct.
So the person who can call 773-0390 or 773-0490 and tell us where the Mammothon is held, okay, you can win $30 worth of ticket. Get yourself in, bring a friend along, however you want to do it. Just remember, 773-0390, 773-0490. Where is the YAG Foundation going to be having their Mammothon again? That's
Excellent.
a hint. Again.
Excellent.
All right. I just have to get that word in edgewise.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, don't all call at once now, okay? And please, don't let me have to give it to Doc now. I know y'all love Doc more than me, okay? But help me out here, okay?
I would like to thank our major sponsors, which is Marshall & Sterling, Renee George, MD, Innovative, and Barefoot Wines, And West Indian Company, they want you to drink responsibly. But we have a whole lot of other people that donated gifts and contributed to our event.
And prizes.
And, yeah, in prizes and just support. It's wonderful, the outpouring that's coming out. We have, and this is in no particular order, this is just the Seabourn Airlines, the Renaissance, Ritz-Carlton, Frenchman's Reef, Lindbergh Bay, Plaza Extra West, the Hart Center, and the Fred, Home Depot, Corner Pool at, Corner Pocket by the Pool, I believe it's called.
Corner by the pool
Oh, it
in
is right.
St. Thomas.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Hook, Line, and Sinker, Havana Blue, the Cake Bar, 40 Strand, the Gecko, Cheney Chicks, Integrated Therapy, Easy Driving School, Pampered VI, The Gold Worker, Gladys's Cafe, Catch of the Day, Subway West, Sarah Mahurt, Yvonne Arrington, Talia Harrison, Marilyn Navarro, Color Improvisations, Tully's Pizza, Lucky Jewelers, H Tire and Battery, One Stop Shoe Drop, and Tracy Lynn, Diane Hampton. Music in Motion, Rhonda Thomas, Attorney Pamela Colon, Interoffice Insurance, Dr. Carolyn Merritt, Shays, The Boutique, Tropical Shipping, and Luce Webster, Stop and Shop. Those are just some of them, and if I miss somebody, I'm very, very sorry. But we'd like to thank them all.
I'd like to add the Divi Carina.
Oh, yes.
They gave us a generous donation as well, and I'm not sure if you mentioned Renaissance.
Yes, I did.
Carambola.
I know
Okay.
I did that.
Okay. Got to give our shout out
Caldwell
to those in
Banker.
St. Croix as
Did I
well.
do the Caldwell Banker?
Well, we could do it again. Caldwell Banker.
And Sterling, yeah, okay. That won't hurt.
I'm going to make a motion, and hopefully I get a second on this motion, that this list of supporters be put on your Facebook page.
It will
Absolutely.
be.
All
It will
right,
be.
because
And in the
definitely,
newspaper.
and in the newspaper. The Facebook page will live beyond the newspaper. Really, believe me. But both. It's good to have the greater coverage. Yeah, because we really have to make sure that these companies know that we appreciate. It's not just that we got the money and we move on. We really do appreciate what they do, and we value their presence in our community as good corporate or otherwise citizens in our community supporting what we're doing here. Definitely. All right. Okay, so we've got plenty of support, but folks, more is always better.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be just for the mammothon. Just think of what the mission is, to make mammograms more accessible to the young ladies of our community.
And men.
And okay,
Sorry
I like
about
that.
that.
I like that. Oh, ho, ho. Men, you listening? Okay. I'm outnumbered here 4-1, and you hear they batting for you, okay? So if I wasn't taking up your cause, just know 4-1, I'm outnumbered here today. And men, all right? And that's really very important.
I also like to share, Doug. It's great to support us with our events, but we're also looking for support throughout the year. We're looking for people to call me, 332-9115, with creative ideas for more events that we could do, other organizations we could partner with. You know, so we could spread the word, spread the love, and we're always looking for a fun event to do, because people look at breast cancer or any form of cancer as a death sentence, and it necessarily doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have
Well,
to be.
we're all here to show that
Yes.
it's not
Right.
a death sentence.
We're
'Cause we are
warriors
all-
right here.
We're all thrivers.
Not just survivors.
Absolutely.
I would also like to offer the availability from the YAG Foundation to the public. If anybody is newly diagnosed with cancer, we're here to hold your hand, to talk to, for you to cry on, just to be there for them, because that's how I found YAG. I was diagnosed with cancer, and it happened so quickly, and I didn't know what was going on. So when I came back home after the operation, I needed some support, and YAG was there to help support me. So I'm here to give back, because it was very crucial in my coming back. Okay? I would also like to thank the members of my committee. Cassandra Dunn, Dejanay Dunn, Dima Williams, Chris Rollins, Jude Ramirez, Michelle Gibbs, Marietta Marita Paul. I always mess that lady's name up. I'm so sorry, Marita. Marita Paul, Rebecca Thomas, Sarah Mahurt, Sheila LeBron, Yolanda Woodson, Yvette De LeBlanc, Yvonne Arrington, Yvonne Galiber, and Kay Evans. I need to thank all those ladies because they're working very hard on their various missions and getting it done.
All right. Well, you know, when you got a well-oiled machine working together like that, okay, because I'm sure all of you at some point in time have had that experience in your life where you've been on a committee of some type and you just had a select few who were doing all the work. So it's great when you got a team of people and everybody is pulling together like that, and I'm glad to hear that. And as far as mashing up people's names, don't feel bad. They had to call VI Rescue to come and cut me out and remove the airbags from in front of me so I could breathe when I mash up people's names. So you're doing all right. You didn't get the kind of accidents I get into. Yeah. All right, fantastic. Now, but seriously, not to lose the focus, the committee working well together to produce results. And I want to echo what Yvonne said in terms of organizations. You know, you're not insular. You're not just there to do your work and move on. You're part of a interactive web. It's just like a human body. The finger isn't there to separate from the toe. So everything is interconnected. So when you find ways to partner with organizations that are doing something positive in our community, jump at it. Do something different, all right? Because it's together we're going to win this battle. It's not just one over here by ourselves. It's a collective effort of pulling together that's going to make the difference.
Absolutely. And, you know, Yvonne had mentioned earlier that we like to do fun events, but, you know, one of our major missions, points of mission is that we educate, and then the other mission is that we advocate. And so it's important to us that we have our annual conferences. We always try to have people of note that can bring new and updated information. It's important to us that we're involved in supporting legislation. That would be good, and that we support other organizations that are doing good work as we are trying to do. So, you know, we could consider our dance marathon a warm-up for the Relay for Life. Yes, yes. Because, you know, just as we want to support them, we welcome support from them and their members as well. We're all in this together.
Definitely.
We're all in this.
Definitely.
I would like to mention that our event is going to be on the 14th of May. I'm not going to tell you where just yet, since your challenge is out there.
The challenge is out there.
But we would like our contestants, if you want to be a contestant, you pay $20 to register, and then at least $10 worth of pledges or more, and you'll be able to win wonderful prizes.
We got a caller.
Ooh.
We got a caller. Good morning, Reflections. We got the YAG Foundation on board.
Good morning, I've been listening.
Ah, you just crossed my mind. You know that? You sure this isn't the power of suggestion?
Anyway, it's Elizabeth at the Palm.
All right, all right. We have a winner, okay? And for all of these people in here who don't know you.
This is Mary Roebuck.
I was wondering when you would call. You know, Mary is one of our greatest supporters. You know, we just love her enthusiasm about our organization.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Mary, I've got this ticket here for you. How would you like me to get it to you?
Hey, I had to pull over.
Okay.
I'll pass by and pick it up.
Okay, well, you got my number. Give me a buzz.
Yes, I do. And I wanted to say that I attended that event last year, and it was superb. It's for a good cause, and you get a chance to enjoy yourself and also contribute, you know? So I encourage everybody to come out and take part.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you. We'll see you next Saturday.
Okay.
Okay, and congratulations again.
Thank
okay,
you.
Thank you. We'll see you
Okay,
there.
bye-bye.
Okay, then. Bye.
I wanted to get into the types of prizes we were going to give out because if you're a contestant, you'll win first prize, which is a staycation and a wonderful disco ball. It's a mirrored disco ball, first place trophy, and you'll win a hotel staycation and a meal and a breakfast and a lunch and a ticket to St. Thomas. Second prize, we're going to firm them up later, but just know first, second, and third prizes will be staycations, either in St. Thomas or St. Croix. And we have a prize for the oldest person left dancing. If you have, if you want to reveal your age to us, we're going to give you the oldest person standing. And then the partners left standing, because you can dance as an individual contestant or partners. And the oldest partner the partners with the highest amount of points will win a prize. And you get a prize if you do the nae-nae and the wobble or the twist with that special something, not just stand there and twist like Chubby Checker, but put that special flair into it and you'll get a prize. And you'll also get a prize if you have a special something that catches the judge's eyes, because they're able to give you that special gift for that. We have one for the best costume, if you want to come in a costume. And we'll have a prize for the best prince costume. And we'll have other surprises for our guests and people that like to come and just join us that night.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
We're happy to make it that.
Sounds like a lot of fun. And this is really what it's all about, because, you know, we're doing some serious work. We need to have fun doing work.
Mm-hmm.
That's always great, because you know you want to keep people's attention, and they'll be ready to come back the next time you do it. All right. You know, I know you probably may not have this, but every time you do this, you got to come back and give us the skinny and who won what. Okay?
Oh, well, yesterday we had one of our winners, Bill Griswold. He came to tell everybody that he intends to win again this year. Put the challenge out for anyone who wanted to take the crown off of his head.
And what category did he win in? Overall or
second prize?
He got second prize.
Yeah, and he had I forget if it was because him and his wife got second and third prize.
Mm-hmm. They got a staycation with dinner. They were I believe it was at Divvy, and they had dinner. And they came with that, and they had a nice weekend staycation out at the Divvy.
They also had one in St. Thomas.
Okay.
One got St. Thomas, one got St. Croix. So they really enjoyed it, yeah.
I know he put a picture on our website from the Divvy, but on our Facebook page.
Fantastic,
Yeah.
fantastic. Community working together to support community. That's what it comes down to. And whenever you have organizations that have a demonstrated track record of service, not just having a name, they walking the walk and doing the do, making it happen. Get involved, folks. Become a supportive member of the Yvonne Ashley Galiber Foundation, better known, affectionately known as the YAG Foundation. That's on the 14th of this month, having their mammothon at the Palms. I can say it now. At the Palms. All right. Okay.
The doors will open at 8,
Mhm.
and the contest will start promptly at 9.
All right.
Right, Sarah?
Okay. Well, looking forward to it. Definitely.
We're not advertising our judges. We want to keep them under wraps until the night of the event.
Of course. Hey, I know how it is. Okay. You got to do that. You don't want anybody to do undue influence.
That's
okay?
right. We don't want fix. Nah.
All right. Well, you know, if our folks don't have something to complain about, then they ain't happy, you know. I just try to make sure through this show they know how to focus their complaints toward getting something done about it.
Okay. But if they're interested, they please go to our ticket outlets at.
I'll go from west to east. One Love Gas Station in Frederiksted, Center Island at the House of Printing and Urban Threads, and in Christiansted at the Courtyard and Joya Inspirational Jewelry. Or, like I said, Eventbrite, you can do it online. You don't have to leave your home, and you can still get a ticket.
And of course, we got the members have tickets available. So if you spot one of these folks going down the road, tap them on the shoulder and say, "Doug said I could get a ticket from you." and you can ask him, did he say you got to pay for it?
Yes.
Of course, we know that. But it's all in support of important things to many people in our community who don't even know yet that they're going to be challenged. Amen. That's the nature of breast cancer. It touches and they don't say, hey, I come in to touch. You just find out and you have to deal with it and know that it just doesn't happen to somebody over there. It happens to anybody, and it can be at any time, and you have to think proactively. So by having an organization like the Yvonne Ashley Galiber Foundation as part of our social structure here, we're just that further ahead to make sure that should cancer raise its ugly head, you have somebody you can talk to, and you have someone who can guide you and maybe even give you some assistance way beyond your wildest dreams. But the first thing you got to do is communicate. Please. Cancer is one of those things that sometimes people react to with depression, reclusion, go into themselves. Please. We have people you can talk to. People who you can talk to that understand because they done been there and unfortunately done that and can talk with you in the context of confidentiality, caring, and true concern.
Doug, thank you very much. Well said. I would like to share that we do have a support group as well every second Saturday at the Governor Juan Louis Hospital on the second floor. During the summer months, we're normally will be in hiatus from June to most likely August because people normally are off island. I also would like to implore the men to get involved with our foundation and learn more about breast cancer, because it does affect men as well.
At some point in time, we need to have a workshop on breast cancer with special focus on men and breast cancer. And I say that for the time that we're on here today, we have a captive audience who chooses to listen. But it's just one of those things that can't be said enough. And when it's done, we have to make sure that it's documented, videotape or whatever, so it can be available for people to see afterwards. Because I talk about it, but other than when I am talking with organizations who have a direct concern in the fight against cancer, you really don't hear that much about it. And especially with men.
Right, exactly.
That stereotype that somehow or the other this is a woman thing.
And we hear a lot of that. We were out selling tickets, sorry Doug, at Sunshine Mall, and there was a gentleman saying, I don't have breasts. So, we're trying to reach out to a lot of men that may not be aware that they could get breast cancer as well. And the men that have been stricken with breast cancer, I know of two, and I've asked for them to speak at our support group or at our conference, and they don't want to share. They don't even want to think about it, So a lot of people aren't as open as we are.
Well, let me just say that I will ask you to try again, and the technology is there where their face doesn't have to be seen. Okay, true. We can do that. Okay. Okay, we don't need any special CNN to come down here. We can do that. Their story is important, and men hearing it from men can make a difference. Okay?
Well, it's interesting that you should say that. One of the postings that Sarah has put up on our Facebook page and Yvonne had forwarded to her was about how to do breast self-examination. But since the social media format has some distinctions or some regulations on bearing women's breasts, they demonstrate on a man. And you get the same, information, but it also shows how both a man and a woman can do breast self-exam, and you know that that's something that should be done at least on a monthly basis.
Yes, we cannot let these artificial barriers get in our way. We have to wipe them aside and do what we have to do, because we're talking about a life. Somebody's child, somebody's father, somebody's brother, somebody's uncle, somebody's grandfather. That's what we're talking about. The real flesh and blood life thing that matters. This is when I talk to these guys who have their issues about prostate cancer and say, well, you know, a simple question, do you want to live? And do the people that love you want you to live? And what won't you do for the people that you care about? And once they get it that way, you can kind of get them past these artificial barriers that are put up, this macho thing and all this other stuff or whatever. So don't give up. And if they're willing, let me know, and we'll do a session and get it done right, and you know, get it out there.
We're going to hold you to that.
One of the other things that we do, and we offer this to those who sponsor, who help us with sponsorships for our events, is that we do lunchtime chats. So any of our members who are survivors will come into the workplace and can talk to employees about the risk of breast cancer or the breast cancer experience. And, you know, Yvonne and I have done a few of those, and it's been quite enlightening, and they've been welcoming, and people have stories that you wouldn't believe of how they've struggled or how they're challenged, and, you know, it's always good to share that information.
One of the things also that I wanted to kind of discuss from a kind of stereotype and thinking. People very often, sometimes, when you think breast, they think of breasts, what they see directly in front of them. But in fact, the way the tissue works, the tissue can extend all up under the arm and everything else. So the problem might not start to manifest itself as necessarily at the front. It might be that you have something you think is just a pimple or something bothering you underneath your arm, and it's the same tissues that come all right around to form the whole support structure for the breast, and it is, if it's cancerous, breast cancer.
And Doug, it's even just a change in the way your skin looks. That might not even be a lump. It might be a dimpling of the skin, or they say the skin might look like orange peel, that a woman might not even notice, but it's not just a lump either that you're looking for when you're doing a breast self-exam. You're looking for changes in your nipples, under the arm, like you said, or it just might be the skin looks a little bit different. And a lot of people don't realize that.
All right. Well, we're gonna help them to realize more and be more vigilant. That's our mission.
If I may offer my horrible story, I every year I have to have a mammogram, and I had a mammogram this year. And when I went to the facility and went onto the machine, I wasn't paying attention. But then when I looked down, the technician said, "Oh, wait a minute, let me clean it up." There was something on the machine, and I went back up there on the machine again after she cleaned it up, and it was there again. The doctor proceeded with the mammogram, and they suggested that I had a blockage, okay, and so I do my self-exams, and I had done the self-exam. I hadn't felt anything. The mammogram came out negative, but when I had the blockage removed, as suggested by Dr. Galiber, that's when they found the cancer. So you really have to be vigilant, and I'm glad I found it early, because of that I don't have radiation or chemo, thank God. You know, they're treating me through pills, and that's a blessing in my eyes.
You are a blessing in our eyes. All right? So whatever you got to do to keep you here with us, keep on blessing us, okay? All right. I want to say that because it comes full circle back to the thing that it's about people. It's not about money, equipment, and all this other stuff, because if you don't have people, all that stuff is meaningless. It's all about that brother, sister, mother, father, you name it, the relationship.
Doug, sorry. Thank you. I'd like to say my father is a prostate and colon cancer survivor. He's now 96 years old. My mother, two-time breast cancer survivor, but we recently lost her in July to metastatic breast cancer, and that spread throughout her whole body. But I do want to share my other two warriors here. I would like for them to share their story as well, because they have phenomenal stories. Sarah?
Well, okay. Yeah, I guess for me it was I felt a lump. I felt pain actually in my breast, and I felt a lump and thought it would go away because breast cancer is not supposed to hurt. But then did go get a mammogram, and instantly was the sonogram and a biopsy because they, as the doctor said, we were 90% sure with a mammogram, but we wanted to confirm. By the time I realized that I was stage 2, so a little further along than what Leslye was. So because they were able to, once they take your tumor out, I did have some cancer in one lymph node, so that means it had spread a little bit. They also do, now they do genetic tests on your tumor to determine whether you need chemotherapy or not. So had the chemotherapy, and as I said yesterday, I continued to work because I wanted to feel normal. That was my normal, was I wasn't a sick person anymore when I went to work. So regardless of how I was feeling, I felt it was important for me to continue to work. And then do radiation, and then, as Leslye said, then you still have pills on top of that for at least 5 years, and sometimes 10. It depends on what you have. But everybody has a different cancer. Everybody has a different story. There are 5 or 6 different kinds of breast cancer that you can get. That means that your treatment will be different depending on each one. They have gotten to the point now that they know how to determine what kind exactly you have and how to best treat that kind. So, you know, one thing that you have to realize with breast cancer treatment, it's one step at a time, because you don't know if you're going to get chemo till they check what your tumor's like and they know whether it's spread, and it's that waiting that can be very disconcerting as well. But the hard part for me was being a completely and totally healthy person who never got sick, and then a day later now I'm a sick person. You know, that was real hard, you know, even though I didn't feel like it. And that's the other thing that people have to realize. You don't necessarily feel sick but when you have cancer, but the most important thing is early detection, the monthly exam, self-exam, and your mammograms. And I know the requirements have changed, but I still say yearly. Absolutely.
My story is a little different. I was diagnosed with breast cancer on October 1st, 2009, which is the first day of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and so that was something that opened my eyes. And you know, I had a lumpectomy here on St. Croix. I decided that I would go to the States to have chemotherapy because there was no full-time oncologist here on St. Croix at that time. When I got to the States, I went to Memorial Sloan Kettering, and they discovered that the cancer had spread to my liver. So now I had stage 4 cancer, metastatic cancer that I had to deal with. And so you kind of say, okay, well, you know, they told me I was cancer-free, and now they found it somewhere else, what to do. But I was fortunate to have fine doctors, great support, great insurance, and so in about 10 months I was declared cancer-free. But as luck would have it, over the next 7 years, I got cancer, a number of breast cancer, a few more times. Different profiles, and so as you might imagine, now I'm in several studies because it's unusual that someone would get breast cancer, same breast, different breast cancers. When I say different breast cancers, you know, we have ER positive, ER negative, HER2, all the different medical technical terms that I won't go into here. But I think, you know, I want people to understand that in telling my story that I'm beyond my life expectancy as far as having metastatic breast cancer and multiple breast cancers, but you can live, and you exercise, you eat well, you have a positive frame of mind. Don't be afraid to reach out when you need support others, be happy, dance. And you will definitely get through it, and you feel just so good about it. You just feel you get more positive about it every day, and you can spread that to others and help them through whatever challenges they face.
You know what's funny? As she said, dance. My family, and I know Cassandra's family, loves to dance as well. My mother and my father would always love for us to perform. And they loved, it escapes me right now, Stagger Lee. And I believe it's by Lloyd Price. And I would perform that song, and she would just get so tickled. I would even perform when I was younger, when they had company over.
Oh, boy.
So yes, I had my own floor show. So when my mother was in the hospital in ICU, she says, "Can you sing for me? Can you dance for me?" And I said, "Sure." So we pulled down the curtain in ICU, and I had it on my phone. And I started dancing and singing, and it just put the brightest smile on her face. And the nurses came in, and even the doctors, they knocked on the door, and they said, "We've never heard so much laughter on this floor." and it just made everybody stay, and especially my mother's.
Well, great.
So,
Well,
fond memory.
This year our theme song is "I Will Survive, Glory Again," and next year it's got to be Stagger Lee.
Oh, absolutely. And I will dance. No charge.
All right. No, well, it's in the face of adversity, the laughter is what can make the difference.
Healing.
In giving
Absolutely.
you exactly getting you through and past.
Right. Well, you remember our one of our events last year that you definitely helped us to promote was the healing power of laughter, and we had comedian Kim Coles here, and we laughed a lot and loved a lot and talked a lot, and it just was such a uplifting kind of experience that we'll be doing something else again this year.
Well, we're looking forward to it.
And don't forget our breast cancer and prostate walk. Breast and prostate cancer walk.
When is that?
It's going to be sometime in November.
In November?
And we partner with Senator Samuel Sanas.
Okay, fantastic. Fantastic.
And we definitely appreciate the support of everyone in the community that calls us, texts us, likes us on Facebook. All of that. It is a success for all of us, and so we appreciate it.
All right, and I'm feeling a little mischievous here, and I'm gonna just say that, and for those at WSTX whose egos we want to make sure is not bruised, WSTX is a community-minded station supporting what you do.
Well, and without a doubt, Doug,
right.
when we do appear on a number of these talk shows, WSTX is always there. For
I said welcome earlier, and it hit me. Doug, what you talking about? These people live here.
And thank you for that. It is a chance to get out, and certainly you're the master of letting the community know what's happening in the community.
All right. Thank you for the compliment.
I think that's just one of the greatest gifts that you could give us.
Thank you so much for that compliment, and it has been a wonderful experience having you here. And I know that I'm going to be seeing you again across the year next Saturday, but also in the context of getting the word out because of the walk that we have in November, as well as whatever other events that you bring along also.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
But our focus right now, folks, we've been in here and you've heard some very touching personal testimonies, but it's really great to come back full circle and just bring it home. We're talking about the Yvonne Ashley Galiber Foundation, YAG Foundation, and we're talking about breast cancer, mammograms, and making sure that we have the widest availability of mammograms as a service, because sometimes that special person in our community, much to our lack of knowledge, unless we nosy, don't know that they have a need, and somehow the other organization like YAG Foundation was able to step in and help them to cross that negative bridge and get to the positive side of help through a mammogram, a hand to hold, guidance, wisdom, because we have people who have been there, unfortunately, and done that, and are thriving and available to you to help you in the challenge of breast cancer. Men, women, children, don't let breast cancer or any cancer for that cause intimidate you. Step forward and say, I will survive.
I can
And
survive.
I will thrive.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, fantastic. So this coming Saturday, we've got the Mammothon coming up, the second annual Dance Mammothon. This is an opportunity for you to show Doug that you can act sillier than Doug on the dance floor. Okay? So I'm throwing out the challenge from now. Okay? So just like anything else, look at yourself as a beginner, an intermediate, an expert, however you want to be at dancing and acting a fool on the dance floor. All right, I'm out here to throw down the gauntlet and say, let's do it. Okay? And all right, so that's May 14th, 8 p.m. until 1 a.m. So we're doing it. You can't, don't come with this thing, but okay, I gotta go home, go sleep. Ain't got no restrictions here, all right? No school the next day. Maybe Sunday school, but hey, we can work with that, okay? But definitely, the Palms at Pelican Cove. Be there.
Be there.
Be there.
Murphy
Support an important cause. All right.
$30 in advance, 40 at the door.
All right. Good. So, definitely. Now, you know that the I want to say something about the cost of the ticket, all right? Because when people hear money, sometimes that's one of the little factors in their brain. Am I going or am I not going? And I'm saying it's like, hey, folks, what you're doing is you're not paying for a ticket. You're helping an organization to help you, your brother, your sister, your cousin, somebody out there who's going to have a need, that these folks are going to be able to make a difference in their life and continuing life. All right? So when you go out there, just know that you're contributing to a cause for the whole community that includes you. All right? Everyone listening to your radio right now, listening to your smartphone, tablet, or whatever, say, I support me because YAG Foundation supports me. It might not be you directly, individually, but it could be your mother, your brother, your uncle, whoever. Just know, this is a community web.
Great. You talked about the ticket, and of course, it does come with benefits. There are refreshments, hors d'oeuvres, and also pink drinks. And everyone will get a pink drink to start them off with the price of admission. And again, the non-alcoholic pink drink is made by Queen Morby, which is Neil Galloway, and this is his second time, and we definitely want to big him up. And then, of course, the sparkly drink is through Barefoot Wines, distributed by West Indies Company.
Right.
But definitely, Neil Galloway has supported us, and we just want to add him to our list.
Yeah, I saw him there on Facebook grinning up behind your poster there.
Oh, yes, and we have to get
yeah.
you in the poster.
I said, okay,
Yeah.
all right, good.
Okay.
Well, ladies, you see, they're
Thank
getting ready
you.
to run me out of here.
Yes.
Thank
and
you,
it's
Doug.
definitely been a pleasure. And so the revolution will not be televised, but this video will be YouTubeized.
There you go. There.
I'll make a link to it on our Facebook page.
And this is a movement, so we're right on target.
Definitely.
Thank you
definitely.
again.
Okay, my
Thank you,
pleasure.
Doug.
My
See you
pleasure.
soon.